Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Ric Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, LarryWBrooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, LarryWBrooks, a.k.a. the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we have over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week for this episode of the show. We have a really exciting show planned for you all. So take some time, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Let everyone know that this week's edition of the Prime Real Estate Network podcast is getting ready to start. And today's episode is one that you definitely do not want to miss. So before we get started, I want to take some time to introduce my co-host. He's not only a highly successful real estate broker, a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand, and he's taken the commercial real estate market by storm. I'd like to introduce my co-host, and I'd like to thank him for sitting in with us, to the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. LarryWBrooks. What's going on?
Rick, man, not much. It is good to be heard this week, man. You know, I was on a journey last week. Few people, this guy named Sean, I'd like to give Sean, well, I'm gonna give Sean Williams a shout out, man. He with a mortgage company that's nationwide, but they do a lot of business with a company called UWM, which is one of the largest wholesale mortgage companies in the country. And so they flew us and me and some of the team members down to Detroit for a few days as we experienced the tour of the building. And then we also participated in the Black Expo that they had down there, the Black Real Estate Expo down there. So Black Agent Expo is what it was called. So it was an amazing event. I couldn't time in as much last year as last weekend because it was just so much going on, man. But, just excited to be back in the city, man. I'm actually back over at what I guess I'm calling now my fourth office, which is the Houston Association of Realtors Central Campus, where I'm currently getting ready to walk into a meeting here in a moment when we're done here for the risk management advisory board meeting.
One of the things I want to make sure we bring to the audience attention, because we have so many realtors and brokers that check us out every week, and I want to thank everybody in the audience. What's going on in your commercial life? Are there any commercial opportunities? Are there any opportunities for those that want to develop, that want to build, that want to take advantage of all of the resources that are available to you in the city of Houston from a developer standpoint? Is there any info or anything that you could share with the audience from that standpoint?
Man, as you can see, man, as you just drive through the city, you see a bunch of construction going on. But I'll tell you, in the commercial field right now, man, we're just seeing opportunities pop all over. And what we're finding is we have a lot of people that are relocating, that have a brand of a business that they started in another city, another state, that they're bringing here to Houston. So right now, I'm just spending a large amount of my time just helping someone duplicate a business that has already been successful somewhere else and bringing that business model here in the Houston area. So, of course, if you know anybody out there that's looking to do something like that, or if they have office space that they're trying to sell or get off of, I love an opportunity to speak with them. We at Arvo, man, we just love working as a team and continuing to successfully help people achieve their goals. Matter of fact, I want to give a personal shout out to my brother, Chris Green with Mean Green Training. He used Tiffany Ryland over at Arvo. Many of y'all know me as Mean Green because I've been training with Chris since 2013. But just want to give him a shout out, man. He started as a boot camp at Parks, still have the boot camp locations, but now he has 3 offices, man. So I'm excited that not only that, before I was in a commercial real estate commercial real estate area myself, I referred him over to Arvo, and Arvo has helped him acquire several buildings. So here in the near future, he's going to be opening up his 3rd location in the 3rd Ward Edo area. So I'll be sending out more information about that, and we'll be tagging and letting our guests know about it, because I want you to continue to support Mean Green training centers. And again, 3 locations now. Super excited for my brother Christopher Green. Actually, happy birthday to Chris. He celebrated his birthday yesterday, and of course he's a past alumni of the Prime Real Estate Network as well.
Big, huge shout out to Mr. Green, man. You know, he sat in with us, man. Had a great episode, man. So big, huge shout out. We've always supported everything over there at Mean Green. Yeah. And of course, we got to show love to the dude that's putting you through your paces, man, keeping you fit and healthy. So big, huge shout out to everybody in there that's grinding every day over there at Mean Green. You know, the cool thing about today's episode and why I'm so excited about it is because I want to provide our audience with all the information that they would need to take advantage of all these new home for the holidays promotions that they're going to start seeing. Larry, you and I both know from being in real estate for so long, once you get to the month of September, it is some of the greatest opportunities for home buyers to take advantage of low down payments, no closing costs, very generous incentives from new home builders and new home communities. So I want to make sure we take today's episode to illustrate all of that for our audience. So Larry, first things first, can you share with our audience a little bit about the background, the professional relationship we have with today's guest, and how you were able to get her to commit to sitting in and sharing this information and educating us today?
No doubt, Rick. So listen, it's a little known fact. Now, this just came to me when we were just talking a moment ago, but actually today's guest and I actually met at a networking event that they were hosting at a venue in Midtown. It was for actually Ed Ryland was doing his book signing there in 2019. I want to say that it was. He had just came out with his book about minority-owned businesses. And we were there at that book signing. That's actually where me and today's guest actually met. And over that time, we've had an opportunity to for the Brooks and Davis real estate brand to go and tour, model homes that she's been a part of. Not only that, we even hosted I hosted a book signing in the area, as well as a vision board event at some of her model homes in the past. So we've known each other over 5 years now, and it's just been an amazing journey. She's continuing to grow, and she has not only new home sales gems that she's going to drop with us today, but some other things that she has going on. And I'm just happy to have her here, finally able to get on the podcast, man.
Amen. And I want to introduce her without any further ado. Our guest today is not only a highly successful entrepreneur, but she's not only a new home community expert, but she's a new home builder expert as well. I want to thank her so much for her time, and I'd like to introduce to our audience, Miss Tracy Faultry. How are you doing, Trace?
Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Appreciate you so much, Tracy, for sitting in. First things first, man, for those who are being introduced to you for the first time this morning, Queen, please introduce yourself and share a little bit about your real estate experience and how long you've been part of the real estate industry.
So my name is Tracy Faultry. I'm currently with a new construction builder, Perry Homes. We've been around for over 50 years, built over 60,000 homes throughout, 50 years. I'm currently in Siena, which is in Missouri City off of Highway 6 at Siena Parkway in McKeever, in a new community called Bees Crossing.
Outstanding. Now, Tracy, one of the luxuries that Larry and I are able to enjoy by having you sit in is that we can dispel a few myths that are usually passed around the home buyer community. And so many times Larry and I meet people that feel as if once you get past September, leading into December and the new year, there aren't any opportunities to buy. The new home communities, the builders aren't necessarily as generous with quote unquote incentives or opportunities to assist those buyers. So could you just share a little bit about how much goes into marketing new home communities during these holiday periods, going into Thanksgiving, Christmas, and coming up on the new year?
Well, let me say to your audience, your realtors, your buyers, the time is now. The best time to buy is right now because we are offering incentives and closing costs. We're reducing prices. Get in September and October, November, get under contract to close before December 31st. It's an absolutely great time to purchase new construction because you're going to get the best deals. We're going to help you with closing costs. We're going to be able to reduce some of those sales prices. And I can also sell Perry homes all over the city of Houston if it's an inventory home. So I can sell in Katy, Fulshire, anywhere in the city. I can assist you with an inventory home. But the time is right now to buy. Don't miss out on these great opportunities.
Thank you so much, Tracy, because one of the things that I try to illustrate for all of my clients is that depending upon season, depending upon community, and most importantly, depending upon the new home professional or sales manager like yourself that we're dealing with, there are times where you need to strike. There are times where you need to take advantage of generous incentives. And right now, everyone in our viewership is going to start getting emails about homes for the holidays. How
Right.
about transitioning to your new homes? And I want to ask you because there's so many people that ask this question. If I was interested in building a new home, what is the first step that you would advise someone in that position, Tracy, as far as what they would do to need to reach out to you to get the ball rolling?
Well, first, I want you to hire a professional real estate broker. Of course, your company
All
will
right.
be a
Thank you so
perfect
much.
prime real estate. You guys are amazing. Reach out to Larry Brooks and Ric Davis. That's the first step. Hire a professional agent. You don't pay your real estate agent any money. The new home construction builder pays any fees to your professional advisors. So, first of all, reach out to Larry Brooks and Ric Davis. Get them hired. They're going to walk you through the first step of getting maybe pre-approved, finding out exactly what your buying power is. That's the first thing you need to do.
Yes.
Hire a professional and find out your buying power. Once you do that, then you and Larry and Rick, you guys can sit down and come up with a location that's best for you, a location that's best with tax rate and schools. I mean, something that may be closer to your work or your hobbies. But first of all, sit down with a professional and find out where you are with your buying power. And then you guys will come out to me. You'll reach out to me and we'll work out, find some inventory homes for you that you can close by the end of the year.
And I want to make sure I share with the audience how much Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm is committed to partnering with you, Tracy. One of the things that we like to do as an organization is find those like-minded real estate professionals that go above and beyond as far as serving their clients, customer service, and doing what they can to not only educate, but inspire and motivate those in the buying community. So could you just share with the audience about the upcoming event that we at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm
Oh, yeah.
have planned with you, Tracy? Because I
Yes.
want I want to invite everyone in the audience out to that event.
So September 28th, 2023, just in a couple of weeks, you guys are going to come out from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're going to do a model home tour. We're going to have some snacks. We're going to learn about current incentives, the inventories that we can close out by the end of the year. But it's going to be fun. It's always fun to hook up with you guys, to come out and tour, have a lunch and learn with me. But September 28th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., you can come to Sienna and Bees Crossing at Sienna Parkway and McKeever and come out and tour the model. The model home is located at 4162 Colony Lane, 4162 Colony Lane, Missouri City, 77459, September 28th from 11 to 1. I can't wait to see you guys there.
I thank you so much for hosting because one of the foundational parts of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm is how we educate
Yes.
our new agents and we put them in a position to not only go out and mine new potential buyers and sellers, but we put them in a position to meet people like yourself, to see your model home, to interact with you so that they can ask you questions about best practices
Right.
And you can share with them some of the things that you've seen great agents use as their best practices. So for those new agents, those that are in Champions Real Estate School, big huge shout out to Champions that are going to be licensed in the near future. What are the benefits that you've been able to observe that realtors gain from building that professional relationship with people who serve in your role in different buildings in and around the city?
But first of all, they're going to get a professional that provides 110% customer service. I'm very genuine. I'm straightforward. I'm transparent. I'm going to help you. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to do everything I can to get us to the closing table. We're going to make sure your client is pre-qualified. We're going to get them the best, most closing costs, the best sales price we can do. We're going to give them the blueprint to get them to the closing table. And hey, I'm in at 110%. So, and it's so easy to sell a new construction home. Realtors, stop selling resales. Work with me, a new home professional who's going to do all the work for you. There are no contracts involved. Your buyers are buying a new home with warranty. And it's just an easier transaction when you work with new construction builders and you work with me. I've been in the business over 15 years, so I'm definitely looking forward to working with you guys.
And I want to make sure I double down on that message because one of the things that I've been most impressed with not only meeting you, working with you personally, your reputation with all the other agents here at our brokerage is that they always talk about how for you, communication is always clear. It's an open communication line. Your service and your bedside manner, for lack of a better term, has always been top notch. So where did you develop your customer care, your customer service skills? How did you develop that energy that you give off that makes the clients feel that they're with a trusted advisor as opposed to a salesperson? Because I think that's something about your energy and your persona that I think is kind of undervalued that of course you don't get a chance to speak about as much as you would like. So what is it about your energy that you think helps your clients feel comfortable working with you?
Well, first of all, you have to be a great listener. You have to be genuine. And I've learned from some of the best. I'm very inspired, of course, by you and Larry and Michael. You guys have been a great inspiration to kind of get me to where I need to be professionally. So people like you, Matthew White, Dwight Johnson, I mean, all of you, Michael, you guys have been a great inspiration to help me build what I've built as being a top producer at Perry. So just being, just the inspiration I get from you guys have helped me throughout this journey.
But I just can't, I know I can't let you undersell what it is that you bring to the table professionally because I just happen to know you off camera. So I know that this effervescent energy that you give off is something that you carry with you, not only during your travels and the things that you're doing with Perry, but I happen to know that you are also a serial entrepreneur with a grand scale of different interests and things that you're interested in. But I know your one true passion is something that you've built into a business. And I want to give you an opportunity to talk about your passion project and what makes you such a outstanding and serial entrepreneur.
I get it from you and Larry Brooks, the books, the everything that you guys do, the
Yeah.
network. I get it from you. I'm so
Uh,
inspired by people. I'm inspired by you. So with that being said, everything is up and down, and I feel like everybody needs to have a different, streams of income coming in.
right.
So I started with having the modeling and fashion and marketing background. I started my online cosmetics business. It's called XOXO Tracy Cosmetics. I actually put on you some
Yes.
of my lip mask today, so your
Yes, you
lips look
did.
nice and
Absolutely.
moisturized. Larry, I have some for you too. So
Yes,
I
sir.
have an online business. It's called XOXO Tracy Cosmetics. You can find my cosmetics on my website at XOXO Tracy Cosmetics. You can also find it at Melodrama Boutique on Alameda. 20 years in business, Jackie Adams. I'm also in the Pearland Town Center with Shad Chic with Ardra
Mm.
Jones. So I have it in 3 places for you to get it online and also at Melodrama and Shad Chic. And I want to get a special shout out to people that have helped me with my brand. Uh,
Right.
Makeup artist Elroy McDaniel. You can find Elroy on Facebook. And also makeup artist Don Asia. Both of them have been man, they've helped me so much in marketing and developing a lot of my products. I wanted to give them a shout out as well. But I'm just inspired by you. So the cosmetics business is, man, it's billions and billions of dollars. So it was only, a great thing for me to do. So I do that. I invested in a vodka company recently. It's called
Mm.
Timeless Vodka. So Amber Steele she owned, started the company. It's Timeless Vodka and also Zeal. It's a rum. It's in Specs and also Total Wines. And I've also invested in a movie recently that's in post production. So I just try to do all kind of things. I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be like
No, I
you.
have to ask this question because we, as business owners, we all are always in a stage of continuing to educate ourselves, to be around that positive energy. So I want to ask, what is it that you would credit as being your main motivation on a regular basis? What helps you to keep the goal setting, to keep your eye on the prize and on the future? What is it that gets you going every day, Tracy?
People get me going. I promise. It's people, it's family, it's the sun. It's just when you look out, it's just everything, life. It's seeing Larry Brooks
Mm.
get so healthy and I'm so fine. And I come in here, you guys aren't aging. You're like
Yeah.
timeless beauty men. So I'm just that gets me motivated. People, when friends and people that I know start new businesses and they
Mhm.
call me and say, "Hey, I got this idea or I'm doing this." That gets me motivated and gets me inspired. So people get me inspired. That's what get me motivated. I'm not going to say money because money can't be your only motivation.
Right.
If you just put your energy into people and giving back and making people happy and making them smile and putting things in other people, the money is going to come. So I'm not
Mhm.
saying that it's all about the money. It's sometimes just about being happy.
Absolutely. And see, for the members of our audience that are being introduced to you for the first time, I try to always give all of our guests an opportunity to speak directly to someone that may be sitting in the same seat that you sat in the past. So, Tracy, what did you do professionally before you got into real estate? And what path were you on before you decided that entrepreneurship and business ownership was something that you wanted to embark upon?
So I did have my real estate license part time. I also was a market manager for General Motors. I was a
Ah,
fashion model, runway and print. So that was I'm not. I can go all the way back. I have a degree in criminal justice. So I wanted to apply
excellent.
for the FBI, but
Huh.
after I worked in criminal justice for a while and realized that hey, no, 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 I wanted to got into more modeling, more fashion, more beauty, more marketing, and I found more inspiration motivation and happiness in that opposed to the criminal justice.
I want to thank you so much for sharing because I'm sure there's someone in our audience that has that's a professional that has a career, but there's just been a voice in the back of their head that's been urging them for change or growth in a way. And I hope the message, your story resonates with them to give them that push that they needed. When you get to the transition you made, um, was there a tipping point? Was there something specifically that you might could pinpoint as a true motivator that showed you the vision of Tracy? This is what you could be. Chase that now.
Okay, I really hate to talk about this story because it's not like I don't know. It's just a crazy story. But when I had my criminal justice degree, I was a parole officer at the time, and I was going to
Mhm.
transition into applying for the FBI. And I just one day did a home visit that just really was it just like went real deep when I
Mhm.
saw what I witnessed. And then
Mhm.
I went back to the office and I turned in my resignation, and they were like, "Wow, why are you leaving? Like, what happened?" And I'm like, they're like, "Are you getting married? What's going on? You married? You found a billionaire? What's just making you all of it?" I mean, they just
Mhm.
couldn't figure out why I just decided to quit that day or resign that day, and it was just something that just I just said, hey, that was the tipping point. And that just hit something I don't want to talk about, that it just hit hard. And I just decided to transition in something that was more passionate about, which was the beauty, the fashion, the marketing. Uh, let me just say that. So it was
No,
just,
no.
yeah.
I want to thank you so much for your transparency because sharing that story, I'm sure is going to resonate with someone who's going through similar things right now, that's in a position that they would like to upgrade from. So I hope they take your message as a motivator. And I want to ask you this too, because we spoke before we went on camera that there's a certain segment of young people and children that check out our podcast, those young CEOs in training. So when you think back, Tracy, to your upbringing as a young lady, were there any members of your family that were entrepreneurs or business owners? Or when you think back, is there anyone you can credit as like a motivator or an inspiration from that standpoint?
So my family weren't huge entrepreneurs growing up, but they had a lot of hustle. My dad had a lot of hustle. My dad worked at a plant, but when my dad left the refinery, the plant, he had multiple hustles. He had a football board. He ran this. He did that. He just found ways to make money.
Mhm.
I did have a lot of females in my family that were very inspirational to me. They just we're family. So they taught me a lot about that. But honestly, we didn't have a lot of entrepreneurs in our family, but I did get the hustle, I think, from my dad. 100% from my dad.
Absolutely. One of the things that also I want to spotlight is your social media presence, because I think you do a great job on Instagram of not only highlighting the things you're doing in a real estate sphere, but you also do a great job of highlighting the things that you're doing in the cosmetics space. So for the members of our audience that don't follow you on social media, could you just share your social media handles with everyone so that we could tap in and become a part of your movement?
Yeah, you can follow me on XOXO Tracy Cosmetics. And I do want to say that a lot of the money from XOXO Tracy Cosmetics I put into the community.
Mm.
Recently, I've been doing several lunches at Gracie's where I'll rent out the back space of Gracie's. And then I will find female group homes or residential treatment homes, and we will provide them etiquette class from Ann Miller Etiquette School. We'll come in, we'll do a class, we'll teach them how to eat out if they were doing fine dining. We bring them gifts, and we, just kind of try to mentor them. And I
Mhm.
also find other organizations that I like to give a part of the proceeds from XOXO Tracy Cosmetics. So I love doing community service. I love to give back. I also sponsor some kids at Grand Imaging. It's a
Oh,
new
wow.
studio that just came out. It's off of near the Galleria. It's called Grand Imaging, where you can go and do your podcast and your social media. And I also sponsored a group of kids there as well. So I love giving back. I don't have any kids, so I can't keep all my money from real
The,
estate and XOX. I can't keep it for myself, so
right.
I have to give it back. You
Now,
know,
the question is, do you have nieces and nephews?
I do, and I have
Okay.
godchildren too. I give it to them too.
The world's greatest auntie. If
And
anybody in
godmother.
the audience needs an auntie, Tracy is watching.
Wait a minute. Wait. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you so much, Tracy. You did such a great job of being so open and transparent with our audience. I'm sure your story is going to resonate with so many people. So before we let you go, because I know how busy things can be for you on a Thursday, please share your contact info, social media handles for those in the audience that would like to meet, greet, and interact with Miss Tracy Faultry in the near future.
Yes, yes, yes. If you ever have any real estate questions about new home construction or just real estate, or you just want to talk, you can reach me on my cell phone at 713-859-2508. 713-859-2508. And also, you can visit our website at perryhomes.com. And then XOXO Trace Cosmetics. We're easy to find. You can Google, you can go to the website, and you can reach me. Just call me. Hey, I'm an open book. I'm always available. I have a couple of phones. I'm available. If you have a
Absolutely.
client and you need to, help them find a house, or you just have some questions about certain things, I'm always available. So I go to bed pretty late. I don't get up super early, but I do go to bed late. So I hate getting up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, so just call me though. I'm available. I'm always here for you. I love to help you in any way possible.
I want to thank you so much, man. If there's any reason or anything that you'd like to share or get out to our audience, please let Larry and myself know. You have a permanent seat here with us anytime you want to sit in. And I want to ring the alarm. And this is a shout out to all of the agents at Brooks and Davis real estate firm. We're going to go out. We're meeting with Miss Tracy in the flesh at her model in her community. So let's make sure we follow everything as far as Brooks and Davis on Instagram, follow Brooks and Davis on YouTube, follow the Prime Real Estate Network, stay in the know, and we're going to try to get the entire brokerage out to your office, Tracy.
September 28th, 11 to 1.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Everybody's
much.
welcome. Everybody's welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Queen. If you ever need anything, we're here for you. And until next time, sweetie, please be blessed.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Wow, man. Great interview with a really powerful speaker. I want to urge everyone to follow Tracy on Instagram. Check out everything she's doing over at Perry Homes. If you're a Brooks and Davis agent, if you're an agent from a different brokerage, remember September the 28th, we're going to be visiting with Tracy at her community. Keep in touch, man. Big, huge shout out to everyone over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, man. Everyone over there, to all of the teammates, all of the members of the in-office staff. They do a great job of helping not only me and Larry produce the Prime Real Estate Network, but all of the other content that you can check out on the Prime Real Estate Network and BND TV. So go to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. Stay in the know. And until next week at this same time, everyone in our audience, please be safe and be blessed.